let's do this one. Happy Thursday. It's March 21st, 2019, and I'm Eric, talking at you as always from beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where I'm starting a campaign to stop the unnecessary harvesting of volcanoes to make lava lamps.
I used to think that.
Everybody has to have a cause, right? That's going to be mine.
Not fuck the glass up. I never understood that.
I'm sure I can get some sort of finding out adjustee for it. How you doing? Welcome to the first episode of this year.
Yay!
That's kind of exciting. That was we got a good response for our last episode. It wasn't very well executed, but it got a good response. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was fun.
Good stuff. I was very slightly unprepared today. A very unproductive day. But glad to have you on the show. I just talked to a guy who's going to want to be a guest of ours, but he wants to remain anonymous because he's a little worried about his job. But he's going to come on. He's got some big political views he wants to share with us, so we're going to have him on in the next couple of weeks here.
Awesome.
Yeah, it'll be really cool. But he wants to go as far as like a voice disguiser. Yeah, he's got some pretty serious.
You get to talk to like a dude with a machine voice. That's awesome.
Yeah, because he made the point, and very validly, I might say, that we are one of the few countries in the world that currently does not have freedom of speech. You can lose your job for saying the wrong thing if it's not politically correct, and his views definitely aren't.
Well, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, he's he makes a great point. I don't necessarily agree with him a lot, but you can't say he's wrong, really.
No.
Disagreeable, definitely, but not necessarily wrong. Interesting guy. Been a long time since I've talked to him. It was good. Anyway, so he mentioned that he loves the political commentary.
Cool.
That's his favorite part, so that's neat that he has a favorite part. And I've been enjoying that too, and it's just getting better and better. And it doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. But I kind of took the day off from hearing too much of what was going on, other than Doug Ford was found to be, he did nothing wrong in appointing what's-his-nuts to commissioner. That's all.
That doesn't make sense. He changed the rules just so this guy could make it in. That's got to be wrong.
Well, they've decided there was no wrongdoing there.
Why do we even have a government? Like, what's the fucking point? They clearly don't do anything.
It keeps a lot of people employed.
Yeah, but it's all the wrong people.
Yeah, of course. But
I don't get it.
yeah, no, neither do I. But what do you need them for when you've got a high school teacher and a reality show host running things? It really doesn't much matter anymore.
What a fucking mess.
Yeah, it really is. Interestingly enough, on the point, we've been making the point for almost a year now about the avocado farms and how they're terrible for the environment.
Yeah.
Something I learned today that makes perfect sense. It never crossed my mind, and I'm embarrassed about it. Pomegranate juice. Have you ever eaten a pomegranate?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. How much juice do you get out of that bad boy?
That's a great fucking question.
Right? None. It's all those little seeds in the middle.
Yeah, you don't get very much.
You know how many goddamn pomegranates it takes to make a liter of juice? These things are massive, these operations. They're horrible, giant, land-eating, land-destroying farms because they produce so little juice, this fruit, that it takes massive amounts of them to make pomegranate juice. It's a terrible thing. It's worse for the environment than everything else added up, apparently.
I'm just not all that fucking surprised.
No. So the avocados that are so good, and the pomegranate juice that's the new cranberry juice, which I was always impressed with the cran man getting in. That the cranberry salesman was a wizard, man. He got that shit in everything. And the pomegranate guy was doing just as good. But all these things that are apparently good and that people have told us out, they're terrible. They're the worst shit out there.
What the fuck is that?
What's...
Well, I can't log into my PayPal for a second because I don't know my apps. Because when I logged into my PayPal, it just automatically saved it through the Google thing. But when I actually downloaded the app to use it,
game over.
I can't verify it's me with my fucking email address. What the hell?
Just do it!
I don't know, but
Shit.
it's that's a interesting question. I'll just point out real quick that I'm not going to. I'll say this part of the show is brought to you by the Champion Tree Entertainment Company. Champion Tree Entertainment Company is a single-stop solution for the independent artist, musician, or entertainer looking to start a new career or possibly breathe life into an existing one. Anything you could think of you need to do, Champion Tree's already thought of, and they're going to do it at a ridiculous price for you. And an exciting joint venture this year with Bullet Marketing here in Vancouver. We're now able to offer low barrier, low interest loans, making it even easier for you to explore your talent, or explore your potential, discover your talent, and realize your dreams. Shoot us a message at thingstotry@outlook.com. Thingstotry@outlook.com. Or you can have a look at our website, possibilities.simdiff.com. That's Champion Tree Entertainment Company, because the only things in life that are impossible are the things you don't try. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm pretty amazing. As I've said before, it's something I've wanted to do since I was 14 years old, and the fact that it's actually producing anything at the moment is just amazing to me. Also, a big shift, since we don't have a lot to talk about. I do want to talk about the new podcast, because I've been asked to change it, and it makes perfect sense, and I'm going to. So, Just Another Day is an in-depth look at life here on the downtown east side of Vancouver, which is often called the worst neighborhood in the world, and no one really tells its story from the point of view of the people living it every day. And I'm walking around with a microphone in my pocket, damn near 24 hours a day. Who better to let everybody know what's really going on down here? So that will be the direction of the show. It's not going to be a big poor us thing. There's some happy moments too. There's a lot of laughter. There's a lot of talent down here. There's amazing artists and musicians that go undiscovered. It's a very interesting neighborhood, and people don't talk enough about the things that go on. Robert Pickton was swept under the rug so fast people barely remember his name. That's one of the biggest news stories in our country ever in the last 150 years, and nobody talks about it. The fentanyl crisis, which is in no way ending. It's just as bad as ever, but it doesn't make headlines anymore. It's glaringly evident that pharmaceutical companies are partnering with various levels of government to ensure that there's no end to this crisis in the near future, and it's never talked about. So I feel kind of a bit of a social responsibility to try and do my best to shine some light on the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that will be the main body of the new show that's going to debut, ideally, probably not this weekend, but next weekend. So stay tuned for that. I'll be probably talking to you guys about it quite a bit. Yeah, I think it is awesome. I was really excited about. I've been talking to someone about it for a couple of days, and It really got me excited. Because the music scene thing is just not cool. It doesn't exist. That's one episode, and then after that I got nothing. So
That's alright. Pardon me.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have a little. I've got some social commentary I'd like to just make. And I want to see if you've heard this, Gord. So I'm going to do a little skit for you tonight. I'm going to do some acting. I'm going to play both roles in this little skit. And you tell me how often you've seen this, because I saw it twice just today. So I'm going to play both characters here. I call this play Two Guys on the Street, and one of them's a fucking idiot. And the other one is a guy with a dog. So here we go. This is. Oh, that's a beautiful dog. Yeah, it's not friendly. Stay away from him. Oh no, all dogs like me. No, my dog doesn't like anybody. Don't go near it. My arm. I also played the part of the dog there, in case you didn't know.
Well done, sir. I almost thought there was a real dog there for a minute.
Good stuff. I saw this happen twice today, just today, and the victim, air quotes, going absolutely banana hammock on the dog owner, even though they were warned very explicitly, don't go near my dog, it's not a friendly dog. Oh no, dogs love... No, listen to the fucking dog owner, you retards. Now, first of all, you don't go up and pet a dog. I don't go up and pet your children. Don't go up and pet mine. It's stay the fuck away from the goddamn dogs to begin with. It's not your dog. And you have no valid argument that the dog did something wrong when you reach out after being told twice not to.
Yeah, but everybody thinks they're smarter than everybody else, so they
Yeah.
think that they have to matter and listen.
You're not. You watch that Cesar Chavez motherfucker who you think you know something. No. I think that's his name, right? The dog whisperer dude? Doesn't matter.
Caesar Milan?
Whatever I don't care. Caesar salad. I don't give a shit. You're not him.
Caesar salad.
You can't fucking...
He's an appetizer.
Everybody knows better than the owners of their dog. No, you don't. Stay away from them. These are big... A lady got bowled over by a pit bull. He had to weigh about $140. This was a large mammal. And then she looks all shocked and terrified, like this dog has done something wrong. No, the dog's being a dog. That's what dogs do. They're an animal. And you were born twice. He said, my dog doesn't like anybody. Oh no, dogs like me. Everybody likes me. No. You're going to die. These are large. Now, that's another thing. Why does everyone in fucking Vancouver have a dog 3 times their size? I just see these people getting dragged down the street all day. Top speed, they've got there's just massive animals dragging them around, and they can't control them. That's kind of bad on its own. But the ones that are under control, they're not friendly. Stay away from them. That gnashing of the teeth and growling sound, that's not an inviting sound.
That's not what you call inviting. No.
It's I just don't get how people are this inept. First of all, dogs don't care. They don't. We make that up. We anthropomorphize them. We put feelings on them. And we go, oh, he feels. No, he doesn't. He's a dog. They don't feel, oh, look, he loves me. You see the way he's licking me? No, he loves salt, and you taste like salt. That's why he does that. If you didn't, he wouldn't. When you die, he'll eat you. Well, before the paramedics come, they will taste you. They'll sample you. That's what they do. They're wild animals. We throw a leash on them, and we pretend they're not. Look how fast they return to the wild when given the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's that fucking lady who, she had died in her apartment, and she had a little dog. I think it was a small dog. I think it was like a fucking Shih Tzu or something.
Oh, they're the worst of the worst.
Yeah, and she had died, and the dog, by the time they found her, it was 2 weeks later, the dog had fucking been eating the shit out of her, trying to maintain life.
That's what they do.
I thought that was awesome.
And I have the same deal with any pet I've ever owned. I told my cat Ramsey for 5 years, I get hungry, you're a stew, buddy.
I had that fucking deal with people I know.
Yeah, right? My plane goes down in the Andes. It's like inside of 20 minutes, I'm looking for side dishes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm looking for the skinny guy going, all right, where's the appetizer?
Oh, yeah.
Ass cheeks.
Make one of them fucking those Mongolian ribs. Where the fuck are you?
The Mongolian grill. I love it.
Hey, girl me up a little Mongolian, have some fucking ribs.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Mongolian name would be aside from, like, Khan.
Yeah, we'll go with Con. That works fine.
Khan works.
I love it. People, number one, get dogs you can control. And yeah, they're cute when they're puppies. When they're 140 pounds and they eat more than your children, they're not cute anymore. And you got to make sure you can control them. I saw a guy just getting, the dog weighed twice as much as him. He had no control. He's getting pulled down the street. There was a wicked dog fight yesterday in the middle of the street. That's getting a little out of hand in and of its own. But use your fucking head. Don't go near these things. They're big and they want to kill you. And when you die, they'll eat you. And they shit bigger than you now. It's just.
But not only that, but hang on. There's also the thing of if you're out and you see a service dog, don't go up and pet him and act like he's a fucking puppy.
Oh.
They're being trained. You need to stop. You need to ignore the dog. Talk to the fucking person and say, "Can I approach your dog?" You have to do that process. Bunch of fucking idiots.
Don't approach dogs. It is tantamount to approaching someone's children, except they're children that can kill you.
Right.
And they will lock on your throat and stay that way until someone shoots them. So don't,
Don't force a person to have to kill a dog because you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's the other thing. People were calling yesterday. Oh, that dog needs to be put to sleep. Why? Because he did what he's meant to do? That's... I don't even... dog ownership, I think it's wrong. I'm starting to really believe that it's wrong. That we're not even supposed to own them. None of us are qualified.
I'm qualified. I just can't afford it.
Yeah, well, I would be a terrible dog. Like, that would be a miserable dog. If I owned a dog, I'd walk him all at once, too. I'd walk him from, like, here to Chilliwack and back, and then I'd be like, there, you're good for, like, 5 years. Don't scratch at the door or nothing, you're done. But a homeless guy with a dog, that makes no sense at all. Like, homeless guys with dogs, they're all over my... I'm like, the dog, the dog's thinking, I could just do this myself, dude.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, that's something that always bugs the shit out of me, because, I mean, like, I work full-time. More than full-time, really. I can't afford a dog.
No.
How the fuck are you homeless with a dog?
That's just the longest walk in the world with a dog. He's not having any fun.
Well, I mean, I'm sure the dog actually doesn't really care too much. Dog's probably enjoying himself and it's all that fresh air. It must be fucking nice.
That's the thing. Dogs don't care. But still. And they don't care about you. They don't love you. Sorry.
When you speak childish to a dog, the dog is inside thinking, how am I going to eat this fucking guy?
I always loved what The Simpsons did. Whenever they talk to their dog, and all I hear, I can't understand the word. They don't.
Food.
Yeah. Exactly. We couldn't fuck a dolphin into saying our names. We're sure as hell not going to get a dog to anytime soon.
Right? Exactly. I mean, if you're fucking a dolphin and it still won't say your name, you're done.
That's just a son of a bitch dolphin. If you ask me. I just.
I'll fucking take it, no give.
It's been a while since I've dumped on the general populace. I've been so harsh to these extremist group, my flat earthers and my pomegranate eating avocado lovers, and the regular average Joe has gotten it pretty easy in the last 6 months, I gotta say. But I'm reinvigorated. I'm reignited. I have a lot to say to everybody coming up for the rest of the season. It's time for everybody to get theirs. And I'm starting with dog people on both sides of that. Stay away from other people's dogs. And people with dogs get dogs you can control. And not Shih Tzus. They're the worst of the worst. Shih Tzus are terrible creatures. I don't know why they exist. They're all bastards.
No, Chihuahuas are the fucking worst. Nothing's worse than a fucking Chihuahua because those goddamn, all those little toy dogs, yeah, they're adorable as a little puppy. The second they come out of that puppy phase, they're the worst dogs in the world. They are the most violent. They're the most aggressive.
Well, yeah.
They're yippy. They're loud. Oh, fuck, I hate those things.
That's because they got two different colored eyes, and they don't know that their ass is not their own ass. They think it's someone else's ass. They're all inbred to fuck. They're mutants.
This is why Dalmatians, for the record, the little thing you didn't know.
Stupidest dog ever.
Dalmatians are almost, technically they're almost extinct because they've been inbred so much that they're so stupid.
Yeah.
That they actually can't function anymore.
They can't be trained at all.
No, because they're not real dogs. They've just been inbred
so
badly.
They're hairy Mormons. I didn't say that out loud, did I?
Yeah, you kind of did, and it was funny.
My name is Jeff.
I don't care. So that's what I had. Eric and Gord at Outlook.com. If you disagree, I don't care, and you won't write, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, fuck you if you don't disagree. I don't fucking care.
Nobody wrote in to get your nail clippers, so I'm thinking next week we start making phone calls, like we said we were going to.
Hey, with any of this new stuff, can we find people's addresses and just send them a pair?
Yeah, I think we should.
I'll send it with a pair with a little bag of fucking nail clipping.
I'll do up some posters that a nice little insert you can send with them. It'll be a nice gift. Just randomly.
Can you imagine, just all of a sudden you open it, I got a bag and say, what the fuck? Oh, it's from there, fucking Gord. How the fuck did they get my address?
Yeah, not even
hey, nail clippers. What's this? Oh, it's a bag of nail clippings. Oh.
Not even people who listen to the show. We'll send them out with campaign flyers from other politicians.
That's just, we're doing that shit.
Why not? This podcast is brought to you by whatever liberal candidate we find and put our shit in his...
This podcast is brought to you by a bag of nail clipping.
Yeah, why not? That could be our next prime minister.
It won't be any worse.
I'd vote for a bag of nail clippings at this point.
Oh, fuck, why not?
I'd vote for a football helmet full of cottage cheese. Why not? I think we should. I think we should just, it was like in the States, they had a dog run for governor in I forget what state it was, but the dude found out that there was nothing in the rule book that said a dog couldn't run, so he ran his dog.
Do you also know that back in the fucking day, back in the 50s and before that?
The day. I think it was a Wednesday.
Big corporations were actually run by pets.
Sure, yeah.
Because they were doing illegal stuff, and if it ever came down to, okay, well, who owns this business? Oh, it's a parakeet.
Yeah, well, now you don't have to do that because the corporation is an independent entity. A corporation is a person in the eyes of the law, so no one runs it.
No, that's true.
But then, that being said, a corporation should be allowed to run for political office.
Should.
So I'm surprised no one's tested that.
Yeah, they basically do anyways. I mean, all they're doing is paying everything off anyways to get their way.
But why doesn't someone attempt that? Just a corporation under the eyes of the law is a citizen, therefore they have the right to run. I don't get why, Nestle doesn't run for prime minister. Get all the groundwater you want, you fuckers.
Well, I mean, I bet you if Google did it, I bet you they'd win.
Google might win. Facebook, not so much anymore.
No. But yeah, Google would probably win. That would be fucking
And you
hilarious.
know some stupid fucker like MySpace is gonna jump up in there.
Did you hear what happened to MySpace recently?
I didn't even know MySpace still existed.
It still does, and they did this some changeover thing where they're taking all the files and moving it from like one
Moving
thing to another,
moving it from MySpace to someone else's space?
basically. And they lost anybody who had any videos and pictures loaded up before 2016. They're gone permanently,
Really?
which is really fucking funny because like nobody cares, but
Yeah.
it's just really fucking funny to me because it's just like wow, like.
I'd love them to do a big Zuckerberg-style apology like he always does, and then people are just like, what, you still had our shit? I had no idea you were still with... I thought...
That's pretty much exactly what happened.
You just see all the executives in a fucking pub with Napster workers. It could have been something.
Wondering why they went down.
Hey, here's a question. What do because I mean, like 6 years ago, you could, if you wanted like an album, you would just fucking like download it off like LimeWire or some shit.
Right.
How do you download like an album nowadays? What do people use to do that?
It's mostly torrent sites, as far as I know. If you're doing it legitimately, then you go to your iTunes or your Google Play, and like say if you wanted Ashes of Purgatory's album, which is available on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and Walmart, you would just go to one of those sites and you pay, and they ship it to you. Amazon.
Yeah, but if you don't want to pay, you want that shit for free. Do those torrent sites still exist?
Oh yeah. There's good and bad ones, obviously, as there always was. Pirate Bay is still huge, I'm told.
I thought Pirate Bay got fucking shut down completely.
No, they're still rocking in the free world. I've got a buddy who's all into this stuff. Such a good friend that I don't remember his name.
Okay, so here's what I need you to do. I need you to talk to him and tell him, just give me a fucking site that I can use because I got to start downloading shit.
Sure, yeah, there's a bunch of them, and as I said, only the legal ones. And try Spotify; they're the best ever.
Wait, that was sarcasm, right?
Well, no, I love Spotify. They're the best owners of my podcast that I can think of. They're fantastic.
The thing I don't understand about Spotify though, like I can't take this stuff from Spotify and I can't just like put it on my phone and listen to it offline, can I?
No, that's the thing. That's the whole thing with streaming music. Is you stream it, you don't download it.
What if I wanted to download it? You can't do it from here.
Well, no, because then you wouldn't go to Spotify anymore.
No.
Right? One-time download, you don't need them anymore. You got your download. That's the mentality. I'm thinking. I'm just shooting from the hip here, but I'm assuming that's the mentality. Is it forces you to go back to Spotify every time, or whatever you're using.
So then, what's the Spotify Premium? What does that fucking give you? Why would you do the Premium?
It curates.
You can download music on Premium.
Yes, I believe you can, and it also puts together like playlists for you when you're not paying attention. But it does good ones that you agree with.
No, I actually liked the first one that came up. I actually really liked it.
Actually, I've never done it. I have no idea. I literally only listen to myself on Spotify. I don't think I've listened to anything else. And there was some pissing match with Adam Carolla, so they don't run his show. Seems to me they've rubbed a lot of people the wrong way on their way up. I know the iTunes thing fell through, and Apple wants nothing to do with them. That's causing great things over at Anchor right now. And Joe Rogan, they don't run Joe Rogan's show. 14 million listeners, and they don't like him. I don't know. They seem to be really off-putting to a lot of people, and I don't know why. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I don't know. They're scary group of people. I don't know any. There's no face behind Spotify either that I can bring to mind. There's no Mark Zuckerberg. There's no Steve Jobs of Spotify.
They just don't want to kiss ass for some of the celebrities.
Yeah, no, I guess there really isn't, is there?
They're just this big faceless machine that seems to be taking over the world, and they keep saying they're going to be the Netflix of podcasting, which instantly makes me think they're going to a paid model, which I don't like.
Yeah, you know that's going to happen.
I don't want people to have to pay for Eric and Gordon. I'll leave. I will pack up my shit and go somewhere else. There are other options opening. It's not like the big players out there are the only players. There's new podcasting opportunities popping up all the time. So, as much as I love who we work with, there are alternatives, and they're aware of us.
Hey, by the way, because we're just talking about the fucking Spotify, so I flipped open just to check out one of the playlists they made. You know what song came up on this?
No.
Fucking Speak English or Die by SOD.
Wow.
Right? Right after Du Hast by Rammstein.
Who the fuck do they think we are?
Right? I'm like, this is the best thing in the fucking world.
We're not that bad.
Oh, that's so good.
I absolutely don't care what language you speak as long as it's not Australian. You don't have to speak English or die. That's fine. I don't care if you speak English. I prefer it at times. Like, I think certain people should have to. Doctors. Only in Canada, obviously. I don't care anywhere else. Speak whatever you're comfortable with. But, yeah, I think in Canada you should have a bare... But I would never say speak English or die. That's horrible.
Do you know the song? You remember the band, right? SOD?
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah.
I just fucking... I just can't believe that just showed up. I mean, holy Jesus.
I always loved that redneck meant, if you can't speak the language, get out of the country. Oh, really? You don't sound Navajo, dick.
Fucking douchebag.
I love Canada. It's the greatest country we ever stole.
Right?
That's me kissing some ass there to my brethren, my First Nations voters. Looking forward to meeting all of you in 2021. Where are we at other than, my God, speak English or die? But don't speak English because you might lose your job if you say what you really want to, so. That just it boggles my mind that that's a concern of certain people, and it really is. Now, obviously, it's not a lot of sentiments I share, but the one thing that I've said since day one of this show is that the Charter of Rights and Freedoms is very important to me, and the single most important thing is the third, which is the freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression. And that's not freedom of speech. That's freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression. You can think it, you can believe it, you can worship it, you can do whatever the fuck you want in Canada. It's a beautiful, poetic freedom, and we're being told we can't exercise it. I can't say what's really on my mind. I could lose my job. People with more serious jobs than me have to walk on eggshells constantly. We talk about the Me Too movement all the time, but it's so far beyond that. You can't say just about anything to just about anyone.
Yeah.
It's frightening. It's wrong. Because frankly, the concept of political correctness is wrong. Political correctness in itself should not be a thing. Therefore, being punished for being politically incorrect that's non-existent. There's no actus reus there. But I can't square this circle in my mind that we're in the country that supposedly has the most free of free, we don't at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, completely.
It's just like our free healthcare, and it's we are not free, and we're getting less and less free. The more liberal we tend to get, that's sucking away the freedoms that we supposedly have. it's terrifying to me, and frankly, just really annoying. You can have guys like who's the guy out here, Christopher Lee, I believe his name is Christopher Scott. I'm sorry, Christopher Scott. See, guys with two first names. Never trust anyone with two first names. That's a good rule to live by. I always have. Christopher Scott,
I agree to that.
very prominent racist, white supremacist who operates out of the Okanagan area. He has freedom of speech. Somehow we have to allow him to spout his bigoted shit, and he's protected, and yet I can't tell a girl she's pretty. I'll go to jail.
You want to know what's fucking weird? On Twitter, so what Twitter has done to combat racism and like racist sort of groups or whatever else on Twitter, so I can't think the guy's name. There's a guy in the U.S. He is a very well-known. He was a KKK fucking big member of KKK and some other fucking group. Did you know they have their verification thing if you're like a known sort of celebrity?
Yeah.
There's like that blue check mark that
Yeah.
says, yes, you are this person.
Yes.
Well, this guy was verified, so they knew who he was. They knew he was this big racist, but they still verified him and gave him his account. So their way of combating it was they said, okay, well, we're going to take the little check mark away from him.
Sure. Yeah. That's raw.
Thanks.
But-
That solves the problem.
Well, I'll tell you, that little check mark, I followed about 8 fake Christian Slaters before I do the check mark thing.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of them. There's also, agents and managers of famous people. There's, for every one that's real, there's 4 that aren't. So that little check mark, that's a thing. And look for it on the all-new, shiny Eric and Gord Twitter page.
Oh, do we have one?
Oh, yeah, buddy. Unfortunately, it's my name. It's at Hunt_Brennan.
So how do we change that so that it's all done within the name of the show?
I'd have to. It is the Eric and Gord. When you go to that handle or that hashtag, it's Eric. It's full on Eric and Gord. It doesn't. It's not my page. It's just I registered it under my name, and it can't. I tried to change it today. It can't be changed.
Oh, that's weird.
Also, since we're on the note real quick, but that's the official Twitter page, at Hunt_Brennan. I could tear it down and start a new one, but I don't want to disrupt things for the very few followers we actually have.
3 people might get confused.
I don't want to lose them. I like all 3 of them. So that, that's just official for now, at Hunt_Brennan. That's our official Twitter feed. I updated it today with some nice new pictures of us and some episodes to make us look legit. And on that same note, if you go to Facebook / at Eric and Gord, or just Facebook at Eric and Gord, brand new, nice, shiny. Well, it's not brand new, but I condensed our Facebook presence into one nice, cohesive page. The other ones are now gone. There's just one official Eric and Gord page.
Cool.
New website is still in the making, and I don't want to put out a half-assed one like I normally do. But the new website will officially be Eric and Gord do a podcast together, and sometimes with other people too. .com. No, that's not going to be the name. That would be awesome. No, it will be ericandgord.com. It should go online this week in a perfect world. Seeing as how it's Thursday, that's a lie. That's just a flat-out lie. It's not happening this week. Early next week, ericandgord.com will be online, which I think is really cool.
That is very exciting.
My deepest apologies to all the other Eric and Gords out there that we talk about. You guys are great, but I'm taking the name. I'm taking the brand, the Eric and Gord brand, and I'm going to build around it. I want Eric and Gord to be like Lululemon, but for dudes. Like, it's just that, when you think,
Doesn't
man.
he have to wear tight pants?
No, I just mean like when you think athletic wear, you just think Lululemon, right? Like that's just the first thing that jumps in your mind. I want it to get to the point that when you think of cool bachelor dudes, it's just Eric and Gord come to mind. That's just, you know, like how you say Kleenex, but you really mean any fucking tissue. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's gonna be dude. When you say like man, you're gonna say I want an Eric and Gord, but you just mean a straight up dude.
You just mean a dude.
We're just gonna be the guy. We're gonna be the dudes like that. What I don't know what defines a guy now, like Old Spice and Dakota Boots, something. I don't know what dudes do.
It used to be Obsession, but yeah, I don't think that's...
Yeah, Obsession. And now it's not going to be Obsession. It's going to be the blonde on the balcony and the motorbike for no reason, whatever, and the leather jacket guy, and it's raining, and it's Eric Gord.
Oh, fucking love it.
Commercials that just make no sense. Actually,
Anyway,
we could have...
that's what we should do commercials and base it off of the...
just old, like, Calvin Klein ads and shit, and the old perfume ads, like... But we're going to come up with a word then, it'd be like, conversation, Eric and Gord.
Words formed through mouth.
Irritable bowel syndrome, Eric and Gord. What? That's not attractive.
Prostate orgasm, Eric and Gord.
Whatever. It's just always going to be like, I need aspirin. You say aspirin, but you don't. You just mean I need a pill. That's gonna be everything manly. I need an Eric and Gord to do this. We need to call an Eric and Gord. Yeah, we do. It could be a Gord and Eric. It could generic.
Yeah, generic, which I really like generic. I think that's great.
I have the generic logo up and ready to go.
I like generic. That's really good.
I do like generic. I'm also a big fan of Gordonary.
Yeah, Gordonary works very well as well.
Tons of branding, and this is the kind of marketing you can expect from the Champion Tree Entertainment Company if you come banging on our door.
You're literally listening to how we would have a quote-unquote board meeting.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are bored right now.
I don't think they are. I think they're so enthralled that they're not even willing to write into it.
Wow, that's the best pun I've gotten so far. It's not Gord and Eric. It's bored and earache.
That's almost fucking, that's like perfect.
That is a keeper. The Bored and Earache Show. That's it, buddy.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh, I didn't have to write it down. He was more than eager to write it down for us. That's good. Oh, wow. I actually really, my hat goes off to you, Chris. That's amazing. I'm trying to find generic here. I have it somewhere. I'm going to look for it. While I'm looking for this, how's that GoFundMe page going there, Gord?
Well, about as well as our brainstorming is.
Perfect.
Still haven't received a single donation.
Good. Thank you, everybody in all the countries we're in. That's not true. We did receive a single donation. The night I met my roommate, Chris, he gave us 50 cents. When we called for 50 cents, he was the first one to step up, and so far the only one.
Yes, I guess that is true.
The rest of you guys, I'm not kidding. Like, okay, I'm kind of kidding, but you know I'm not. I really need your help on this. Time is going quick. June is right around the corner, and I need to get to the Degrassi kids, and they want me bad. So we need your donations. Go to the GoFundMe page. Go to ericandgord at outlook.com. Sorry, I got distracted there. I really need your help on this, guys. Just 50 cents from each of you. Get us out to Toronto where we can do some really awesome interviews with these Degrassi kids.
We will seriously, we'll be the one that everybody everybody's going to be talking about it afterwards when they see how we're going to fucking interview and what we're going to ask them and how it's going to be epic.
It's going to be amazing. Did you hear the story about the girl who wrote Kevin Smith? She bugged Kevin Smith relentlessly until he gave her a part in Mallrats 2, and he actually did.
Really?
Yeah, she was just some nobody who bugged him every day and said she was going to continue to bug him until she got a part, and she did. That's...
That will be us, to everybody.
Because I can imagine Kevin Smith is going to be there. I can't see him not being there. He's a bigger fan of the show than I am.
I don't see how he could be. The only reason he wouldn't is if he's in the middle of filming still, but I don't think he will be.
Yeah. So I think if we make a big enough spectacle out of me, out of us, well, some good will come of it. Crazy things happen in Toronto all the time, and crazy things happen to guys who hitchhike to Toronto.
You're not lying.
It's gonna be really great for all of us. So but I need your guys' help. You gotta pitch in and help it happen. So I'm begging. Eric and Gord at Outlook.com, or give me a call 604-655-9630. Help work something out with me.
We're not asking for a lot, folks.
50 cents.
We really aren't. A little bit of help. Just fucking do it.
Yeah, man. It's that simple. You know what? Let's. I don't know what to say. Sorry. I'm.
By the way, I keep picking up new listeners for us.
That's excellent.
At least they say they're listening. But every time we check our thing, do we ever get any hits from fucking Ontario?
You know what? Not to my knowledge.
See, all these fucking guys, you bastards. You say you're gonna fucking listen, and nobody where I'm fucking living. None of my fucking friends. Fuck you guys.
None of my friends
you
either.
guys are fucking listening.
And you know what I just found out? I was talking to my brother today. He uses a VPN every time he listens to us. So if we get a random listener pops up in Calgary or Edmonton or whatever, it's probably my brother just faking it.
Well, I just want to have... I'll be happier than a pig in shit if we just get one fucking hit from fucking Ontario.
Before you joined the show, I didn't have one listener in BC for the longest time. So none of my friends listen. Literally none of them. Which is funny. And it's great that we've got 4,808 at the last count, and they're not our friends. Well, you are our friends. Don't take it that way. Every one of you is a friend. But that's, I stopped relying on my friends long before you came on board, Gord. If we were doing this just for them, we'd be off the air in no time.
I just don't understand. I'm a little disheartened.
I am too.
All my so-and-so fucking friends can't even be bothered to fucking listen to my own fucking iPod.
There is a whole episode devoted to it.
Podcast.
There's a whole episode devoted to it. It's called All of Our Friends Suck.
Yeah.
Not you. Just everybody else.
That's right. I remember the name now. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I never have. I don't understand. We have, literally the worst group of friends ever. I had a GoFundMe page for my mayoral run. Not a single fucking dime. And now we're... I don't like the GoFundMe. I'm going to blame GoFundMe. I'm not going to blame our friends yet.
I'm blaming our listeners. We don't mind giving you the free content. We're not. We will never want to charge you guys to listen to our show.
No, but you could throw me a bone.
Much like PBS, just fucking do a donation.
Right?
I mean, come on.
Who
doesn't have $5 kicking around? Just send us something.
We have the gifts. We have the gift we can give out, just like PBS.
Just do it!
We're PBS, but without the censorship.
Like, we're giving you this for free. I work day and night to do this for you, so, you know.
What the fuck do you want?
I have no idea.
That's great.
I just have it and I like it. I like to use it a lot. I will be getting some new ones now. I thought about it today, but I ran out of time. But these ones are getting a little stale. So anyway, I am begging you guys. We do need some help. Other sites, other podcasts are able to monetize a little easier than we are, obviously, because in Canada, there's a lot of rules against it. It's still not easy to do. We are not allowed to ask for money on Anchor as our American counterparts are. I could get us involved with that, what do they call it? The donation thing through Podbean. I forget what they call it. Patreon. I can set up.
That's how you can ask for money through that.
Yeah, Patreon is like a fan funded platform. But again, that counts on you guys. If you can fund us, it's
What's the Nike fucking thing? Just do it, damn it! Let's just do it.
Yeah. Hey.
Just do it!
I don't know if you can hear that one, Gord. There you go.
Just do it! Just do it!
Don't think, just do it. Because eventually we're going to reach a point where
just
get some help
do
from
it!
you guys. Oh, sorry. It could be
Game over.
Oh, sorry, that was quiet. Anyway, moving on. That's enough begging, I think, from me. But this Degrassi thing's got to happen. June 14th to 16th, I'm going to be in Toronto one way or another. And it's going to be far more entertaining if you guys can help out. I'm still waiting on confirmation for our dates at the Anchor studio. That's getting a little scary. But if that doesn't happen, we can direct our attention elsewhere. I still really want to go to Ashburn.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd almost at this point rather go to Ashburn.
Since fucking day one almost, so yeah.
Ashburn and from Ashburn, Washington is just 45 minutes away. We can go and try to meet Trump. That would, I think, almost Washington might be better. It might be more. I could save New York for next time. I think do Toronto and the area. You could show me around Ontario. I can meet our fan. And then move on to Washington and Ashburn. And who else is out in that area these days? I'll have to look, but I think that might be even better. Just visit the Eastern Seaboard instead.
Yeah.
Because Anchor is just not responding. Anchor's gone rogue. Like, they're gone. They're not saying anything to anybody right now.
Anchor just gave up. Fuck it.
Well, I think there's a lot of things up in the air with the merger, right? So we'll see what happens after that goes through. But either way, that it's not stopping Eric and Gord. There's plenty other fish in the sea, if you will.
Absolutely.
Podfish. Eric and Gord. You sound like I'm losing, yeah?
Yeah, I definitely sort of fading. I didn't realize I was as tired as I am.
You put up a good college fight there, my friend. I appreciate it. Thanks for being on the show tonight. I don't have anything more I want to bitch about. I'll come up with a ton of shit to bitch about tomorrow night, though. Don't worry about that.
Good.
So
wait, tomorrow night is what? Friday night?
it is.
I will not be on tomorrow night.
That is right. So I will come up with twice as much stuff to bitch about, and I will bitch your part for you.
That would be just beautiful.
Eric and Eric. I like the sound of that. It is just me with Eric and Eric.
With Eric and Eric. With Eric
with me. And me. I don't know what you guys are doing tomorrow night, but I'll be listening to me. And I'll be talking to you.
Talking to you while listening to myself yammer on.
That is a hell of a slogan. I like it. I'm going to use it, so stay tuned tomorrow night for What If I'm Right with me and me. Until then, take care of each other.
Eat a human.
And eat a human. Let's do this.
Every story starts the same way. I'll just do a little bit until Sunday. And now I don't even know who I am. Not that I ever really did. What's in your head is in your head on big decisions. And when you meet the devil, he will always say he isn't. What's in your head is in your head until it isn't. What's in your head and then your head becomes a prison. Everybody talks about potential. Someday that boy will be something special. But no one bothered to tell him. Not that it would change things if they did. You gotta take sides. Once it's in your head, you leave your head on big decisions. And when you meet the devil, he will always say he isn't.